morning, you guys. We are so excited to be here with you today and to talk about the most frequently asked questions we get asked when planning a destination wedding. So if you're looking to plan a destination wedding, you're not going to want to miss this live. If you have questions, post them in the comments below.
Yes, we're just going to go over some of the first questions we get asked from potential destination wedding clients. You know, they're inquiring, they're interested in doing a destination wedding. And these are some of the main questions that get asked. They're very important. We will try to break it down as best we can. Starting with the first question is it more affordable to have a destination wedding than a local wedding?
Answer, please.
The short answer is it can be, especially if your guest list is smaller, something on average about 50 or less. Keep in mind that a lot of the venues in destination can be much more affordable than those locally. So it just really depends on how many guests you're planning on having. But to answer the question, yeah, it can be much more affordable to have a destination wedding, which is why we think we're seeing a lot of couples considering destination wedding. It's kind of a combination vacation, but also a wedding.
A wedcation.
A wedcation. And we'll get into that later too. But a lot of people are opting for it because the costs are similar, if not more affordable.
Absolutely. The next question that we get asked the most often is, what is the average cost of a destination wedding? And while there's so many variables to this, so there's no cut and dry answer, the average cost of a destination wedding is about $20,000. That is based on an average guest count of about 50 guests. So definitely can be more expensive, but the second question would be can I do a destination wedding for $10,000, $15,000? And you certainly can. Just keep in mind that when you're looking with these lower budgets, it is going to be more limited in options. So we're going to suggest certain destinations that tend to price more affordably. We also are going to be looking at the packages at the resort itself. You're going to be more looking at those basic packages. So if you don't care about having a private reception, you don't care about not having a ton of floral or custom florals, those are going to be opportunities for you to really go with that more basic package and for you to be able to do this on a more modest budget.
Yes. The next question is wedding invites that we're looking at?
Yeah, let's talk about wedding invites.
Wedding invites, when do you want to send those out? Save the dates and wedding invites, those are kind of the two parts that we are looking at. As far as save the dates, the actual date, you're informing people when you're going to be married. You want to do at least 12 months, ideally 18 months for those. It gives people enough time to take time off, puts it in the back of their head, hey, save that week. And as far as actual invites, it's going to be at least 6 months.
9 months.
9 months. And it kind of gives a gap there to kind of provide them with all the information, the specifics about the destination wedding.
Yes, and at that time too is when we would like to have your wedding website up. We link it to a QR code, so that way when you're sending these invites out to your guests, they can see all the information for your destination wedding. They can even book their room at that time, so they have everything very nice and accessible to them. Another question we get asked a lot is who pays for a destination wedding? You know, we're all used to the traditional saying of, you know, the bride's parents pay for everything. That's really not the case anymore. With destination weddings, we'll often see it where the bride and groom's parents may pitch in towards the destination wedding, but they're not necessarily covering the cost of the whole wedding. So the bride and groom are really taking the reins when it comes to the finances of a destination wedding. This is also why you want to work with a certified destination wedding specialist that knows this, can walk you through all the steps, understand your vision, and really help just you execute this in a beautiful and stress-free way.
The only thing I'll add to that is one thing you can do to offset some of those costs is to set up a destination wedding registry. That way all your guests can pitch in, you know, towards that, or maybe you have some guests that are unable to attend, but if you have a registry, they can still contribute to certain parts of your destination wedding, help you with those costs.
Absolutely. Destination wedding registries are a great way to go. You can even combine it with your wedding registry. So this is also another way that couples are doing it, so that way they can be able to have more of an experience and have to pay a little less out of pocket. So all good tips here. Now, where is the best place to have a destination wedding? We get this question all the time, and it really depends on the vision that you're looking for your wedding. This is why we like to start by setting up a complimentary consultation, getting to know you, understanding the vision, understanding what does that picture look like in your head. We want to be able to help match you to the perfect destination, and budget does also play a factor. We're all sorts of tongue twisting today.
You're on a roll today.
Good.
No, I'm trying to think where we're going with that. No, it's totally up to you, the bride and groom. How do you envision your special day? You can do it anywhere. Going back to that term, wedcation, keep in mind that besides the actual wedding day, it is in part a vacation. And it's something to consider is how accessible is it for you and your guests? They're going to be spending, give or take 4 days to a week there. Not only do you want to have a great destination for your wedding day, but what else is there to do? So things to consider when choosing an actual place to get married.
And if you are looking to keep your budget on that smaller end, the 10 to 15,000, Mexico is a great spot to look at. There are a ton of all-inclusive options. The all-inclusive really helps save on the wedding budget, and this is where when you compare it against a traditional wedding, one of the biggest and most expensive parts of a wedding is the venue, the food, and the drink. So if you're staying at an all-inclusive resort, this creates opportunity for you to save a little bit of money there, depending on your vision, of course. So we're always going to help match you to the perfect destination that's going to deliver that vision through that consultation.
The only other thing I'm going to add to that is that Mexico, besides having beautiful landscape and beachfront resorts, is they have some really great experienced wedding coordinators, and that can make the process a lot easier and smoother, making sure everything is done right and is prepared for your day.
Absolutely. And for those of you looking to plan a destination wedding, as it relates to paying for the wedding itself, keep in mind that if you are looking to hire outside vendors, you want to bring a photographer you know and love with you to the resort, keep in mind that some of the resorts are going to charge you, and most are going to charge you an outside vendor fee to bring them in. If you also want your professionals to be at your wedding with you, you may need to cover their travel expenses, so that can be an additional item that can be factored in. Again, another reason why you want to meet with a professional to help you address all of these points and make sure that your budget is realistic for your vision. So trust the professionals. This is all we do. The last question that we really get asked a lot when it comes to planning a destination wedding is my wedding legal if I get married in an international destination? And this is the biggest reason why I would say work with a trusted professional, because a certified destination wedding specialist has been trained on the legal requirements for your wedding in each destination. So the last thing you want to do is get home and realize, oh no, my wedding wasn't legal because there was a form I didn't get signed or something I didn't turn in. You want to make sure that you're getting walked through all of the steps of this. You know what's expected. You don't want any surprises after the fact.
Yep. The only thing I'll add is, another reason to speak to us is if it's going to be illegal, legally binding or symbolic. We can go through that when we meet on our consultation, and also make sure that you have the proper forms to bring back to the courthouse locally and make it official.
Absolutely. And if you want to skip all the red tape together with that, you can also get married at home and have a symbolic ceremony in destination. But if you are looking to do a legal ceremony, again, make sure you know the requirements, make sure that you have those completed, because there is no going back and undoing or redoing, and you're definitely not going to want to end your destination wedding with that type of experience. So definitely planning appropriately.
That's it.
Yes.
We hope that gave you a little bit of insight. If you're considering a destination wedding or honeymoon or renewing your vows, anything like that, reach out to us. Like I said, we'd love to do a complimentary consultation, talk all things travel. If you have any deeper questions you'd like to get into, it doesn't hurt to chit chat with one of us and see how we can help.
Absolutely. Hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of the week, and we will talk to you soon. Safe travels.
Take care.